April 29, 2026, the Supreme Court drove a stake through the heart of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Now, let me tell you what that means, because what they are counting on is you not knowing. So in 1965, black people did not just ask for the right to vote, they bled for it. Selma, the Edmund Pettus Bridge, Bloody Sunday, John Lewis's skull was cracked open on the concrete. Fannie Lou Hamer was beaten in a Mississippi jail for trying to register people to vote. Medgar Evers was assassinated in his own driveway. People gave their lives so that our vote would not just cast, but that it would also count. And so when Lyndon Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act that same year, it was a legal shield that protected black political power from being engineered away. Now let me explain exactly how they do it, because this is where people get lost. They don't take your ballot. What they do is they take the map. Every 10 years, after the census states redraw their congressional district, they decide which neighborhoods go into which district, and that decision determines who your representative will be. Now, in a fair system, if black voters make up 40% of the state, then they should have real influence in roughly 40% of the districts. They should be able to elect people who actually represent them. But there are two tricks that they use to make sure that never happens. The first one is called packing. They take as many black voters as possible and they stuff them all into one single district. And that district gets one black representative, and every district surrounding it becomes majority white. So instead of black voters having influence in 4 or 5 races, they have only influence in one. The second trick is called cracking. They take black neighborhoods and they slice them apart like pie. They spread these voters across 5 or 6 different districts where black people are always the minority. So their ballots get cast and swallowed. They never have enough concentrated power to elect anyone who represents their interests. So what do? First, we don't stop voting. Don't let them win twice. We vote in every election. Federal, state, local, school boards, judges, district attorneys. Those local elections shape your daily life more than any presidential election. They can redraw the lines. They cannot redraw our power. Look at Asians. They have the lowest voter turnout of any group in this country, and yet they're among the most economically insulated because they practice collective economics. They buy from each other, they build with each other, they bank with each other, they protect each other with their dollars. So, we need to support black-owned businesses, open accounts at black banks, invest in black real estate, build black wealth intentionally and unapologetically, because when they silence our votes, our economics must speak louder than our ballots ever could. This is Project 2025 in full effect. They told us exactly what they're going to do. Dismantle the protections, redraw the power, silence the communities that threaten their control. That's why they burned Tulsa. That's why they destroyed Rosewood. And every time we build something powerful, they find a way to tear it down. But we have the blueprint to make sure that never happens again. So let's work. Now drop a black fist in the comments and share this with someone who needs